You might be surprised to learn that Iran's official language is Farsi, not Arabic. This detail alone shows how the country has its own unique characteristics, often quite different from what you'd expect. In this video, we're going to explore 10 facts that'll broaden your understanding of this nation. Keep watching because each topic we cover could completely change the way you see Iran. To kick off our list, here's an astonishing fact. Around 22 million liters of gasoline are smuggled out of the country every day. It might sound like something straight out of an action movie, but it's actually part of daily life there. That's enough fuel to fill more than 8 Olympic-sized swimming pools. But why does this happen on such a huge scale? The answer lies in the profits involved. Iran heavily subsidizes fuel, creating opportunities for illegal trade. In Iran, gasoline is sold at prices much lower than in neighboring countries, where the market sets the rates. This huge price gap encourages fuel smuggling, as many see an opportunity to resell gasoline abroad for a nice profit. Because of this big difference, illegal trade has grown dramatically, generating billions of dollars each year. To get an idea of how significant this practice is, just compare its earnings to the country's annual development budget. This comparison doesn't just show how much money is involved, it also highlights the economic impact fuel smuggling has on Iran's economy, affecting everything from government finances to the stability of entire market sectors. Have you ever stopped to wonder which country leads the world in nose jobs? Well, the answer might surprise you. It's Iran. This nation has the highest rate of rhinoplasty on the planet, way ahead of everyone else. But why are so many people there looking to change their noses? One clue lies in history. Persian beauty ideals have always favored small, delicate noses, while bigger ones were considered less attractive. This perception has lasted through generations, creating a constant desire for the perfect nose. Social factors play a role too. In Iran, since women are required to wear a hijab, faces naturally get more attention, as most of the body stays covered. Because of this, both men and women turn to rhinoplasty to fit these beauty standards and highlight their facial features even more. So, even though it might seem surprising, Iran firmly holds first place when it comes to nose surgery. Before we continue with the video, if you're enjoying the content and want to help us keep posting regularly with great quality, subscribe to our channel and leave a comment below. Now on to our third fact. Iran has its own date system, known as the Solar Hijri calendar or Persian calendar. While most countries use the Gregorian calendar, Iran relies on the sun's movements to determine its years. This method is extremely accurate, as it depends on astronomical observations to set the length of each annual cycle. The Iranian New Year starts right at the spring equinox, when day and night are exactly the same length. This transition happens near a specific meridian, about 250 miles, 400 kilometers, east of Tehran. So, while most of the world follows the Gregorian calendar, Iran marks time based on solar events, making their way of counting days truly unique. Fourth fact. In Iran, drinking alcohol can lead to severe punishments, like receiving 80 lashes according to Islamic law. This rule is directly tied to the country's values, which forbid Muslims from consuming intoxicating substances. Even though these regulations mainly target followers of Islam, visitors and residents of other religions are also expected to respect the ban. Despite strict enforcement, there's still a significant flow of alcohol into the country through smuggling or underground production, estimated between 60 and 80 million liters per year. This gap between the law and everyday reality sparks conversations about the challenges authorities face in enforcing the rules and controlling the situation. Fifth interesting fact. Unlike much of the world, weekends in Iran fall on Thursday and Friday. In practice, Thursdays usually wrap up the work week, often with shorter working hours, acting like a warm-up for the upcoming break. Friday, however, is the main day off, dedicated to religious traditions and complete rest, in line with Islamic customs that reserve the day for group prayer, known as Jummah. This structure highlights the special significance of Friday in Islam. and shapes how Iranians experience each part of their week. While elsewhere, people typically begin winding down only on Friday evening, in Iran, the period of relaxation and religious practice is already in full swing, creating a unique weekly rhythm in daily life. There's something remarkable happening with education in Iran: the growing presence of women at universities. Since the 1990s, female students have outnumbered male students at many institutions, reflecting how Iranian society has increasingly valued women's inclusion. This progress is especially important considering the history of restrictions many women have faced, particularly in courses and research fields traditionally dominated by men. Despite challenging quotas and cultural barriers, female students not only claimed their space but also achieved results above average. The roots of this shift trace back to the 1980s, when expanded access to basic education laid the groundwork for the changes we now see in higher education. Seventh fact: Iran is home to an incredible masterpiece in weaving art, the largest handmade carpet ever recorded. It's been displayed at the majestic Sheikh Zayed Mosque in Abu Dhabi since 2007, covering an area of about 5,630 square meters. Creating this unique piece required tying over 2.2 billion knots by hand, showcasing the extraordinary dedication and skill of the artisans involved. Measuring roughly 133 meters long and 41 meters wide, the carpet weighs about 12 tons. Its creation was a collaborative effort involving 1,200 weavers from Iran's Khorasan province, who worked for a year and a half under the leadership of Iranian artist Ali Khaliki. The intricate design features detailed patterns and 25 different natural shades, combining around 72% wool with 28% cotton. Besides its impressive size, this one-of-a-kind carpet highlights Iranian craftsmanship, the meticulous work involved, and the incredible attention to detail visible in every part. It's a remarkable testament to the country's cultural heritage and the perseverance of everyone who helped create it. Eighth fact: in Iran, giving someone a thumbs up, something that's considered positive in many other places, can actually be seen as a serious insult. It's similar to showing someone the middle finger in several Western countries, a harsh offense that can lead to unnecessary conflicts. This shows just how important it is to understand cultural nuances, helping you avoid actions that send the wrong message. Even though it might seem small, a simple gesture can spark negative reactions, affecting both personal and professional relationships. Being aware of these differences helps maintain respect and harmony when interacting with people from diverse cultures. Paying attention to every signal, verbal or nonverbal, can help build bridges instead of barriers, reinforcing the idea that understanding others is key to getting along globally. Ninth interesting fact: while several Muslim-majority countries accept polygamy under certain circumstances, Iran has chosen a different path. In the past, Iranian law allowed Muslim men to have up to 4 wives, but significant changes were made to limit this practice. At one point, a bill was proposed that would have allowed a man to marry 3 additional women, without even needing the first wife's consent or notifying her. The proposal faced strong opposition, especially from women's groups and advocates who warned of potential abuse and greater inequality. They argued the law would threaten women's dignity and open doors to exploitation. The pressure was so intense that the bill never moved forward, keeping polygamy prohibited throughout Iran. We wrap things up here with one special curiosity. Iran is known as an important cradle of civilization, with a history stretching back thousands of years. Considered one of the world's oldest countries, it contains evidence of settlements and urban development dating as far back as around 4000 BC. During that time, the Elamite civilization flourished in the southwestern part of the territory, known as the Proto-Elamite or Susa III era, laying the foundations for what would become Iran. Over the centuries, empires like the Medes, Achaemenids, Parthians, and Sassanids made significant contributions to culture, architecture, and social organization. This series of influences built a unique identity, sustained by continuous human presence since ancient times. Today, archaeological sites, monuments, and relics scattered across the country preserve key moments from this journey, keeping alive the memory of a land filled with historical events. We've reached the end of this exploration, but there's always more to uncover. Thanks for joining this journey through time, and I hope to see you again soon for more historical adventures.